Welcome to the Dr. Saladani Show. Fans of Dr. Saladani call him the great genius, a figure that Nostradamus wrote about. His theories in math and astrophysics are used by government agencies. His theory E has proven Newton and Einstein are wrong. His prime algorithm is used by the NSA. His planetary distance formula is used by NASA to find new planets. His EOE theory is used by the USGS in earthquake prediction modeling. He founded 2 different think tanks including Helix Q, the artificial intelligence think tank. Dr. Adani is the founder of the cryptocurrency BizBytes. Dr. Adani is also the founder of the One Media Network. One Media produces dozens of podcast shows for the iPodcast network.
This is Dr. Saul Adoni. Welcome to another segment of the Dr. Saul Adoni Show. You can find more segments at sauladoni.com and ipodcast.org. Sauladoni.com is SOLADONI.com.
This is Dr. Saul Adoni. This is my site, SOLADONI.com. If you go there today, July 3rd, you'll see the latest article I've written, which I wrote July 2nd, right here about the COVID death rate being 0.3% daily increase, which is an extinction level event in 7 years. So you can click on that article and it'll load and you can read it, and it explains the different numbers. Now, besides this article, you might want to go to my site, biowar.net. It's a film and a book that I wrote at the beginning of this pandemic before the world closed down and stopped the virus from basically exterminating mankind within a year. So when you look at this, there's dire warnings about within a year humanity is going to be wiped out by this virus. I also spoke about how it came out of the Wuhan lab, level 4 lab, which was financed by an agency run by Dr. Fauci. And for saying stuff like that, YouTube took down my videos, didn't allow me to talk about this being a bioweapon. And now it's starting to come out, yeah, it's a bioweapon from the Wuhan lab, like I said, over a year ago. So it is what it is. It's the end of humanity. The vaccines and the lockdowns is just prolonging it. This thing will take out most of humanity unless you're in a remote area away from humans. There's no escaping this virus. Yes, you have a vaccine now, and you have mutations coming along. And soon the mutations will be making the vaccines useless. And once you understand the exponential growth of this virus and how now it's even faster, the handwriting's on the wall. Most of humanity will be dead in the next 7 years. So my site there, you can also see my famous site here about the prophecies of Solog, SOLLOG.com. That's my religious name. For 26 years, I've written over 100 books, and the last chapter of every book was about the great plague of 2020, which I said was bio-war. So I warned mankind to get to remote areas where some of my fans are now, in safe zones, where there are no other humans coming in or out, and they will survive. The rest of you are dead soon. There's no nice way to explain what's happening to humanity. You're being exterminated. Period. You can read my sites here. I've written over 100 books, and you'll see the last chapter of every one of these books is about 2020 and the killer plague, the bio-war. Oh, you can get my books for free if you go to fracti.org, Fracti. This is a crypto 3.0 digital currency site. You join, you get 3,000 free fracti, and you can go to the store on the site, and a lot of my books are in it, some of my art. You can buy my art and go sell it, get some money while you can, while there's even money. Now, if you want to understand the math of this, there's a site called worldometers.info. That's worldometers.info. Go there, it keeps a running tab. We're up almost 4 million deaths now in the beginning of July. Every day they put out numbers, new deaths, new deaths. And in the beginning of June, we were around 3.6 million. So to understand the exponential growth, we'll go to a scientific calculator on Google. We'll put in 3.6 million, which it was a month ago. We'll multiply by 1.003, which is 0.3%. And we're going to do that for 30 days, which was in June. So, beginning of June, 3.6 million. We grew it 0.3%, and we're going to grow that for 30 days. What number do we get? 3,900,000, etc. 3,900,000, etc. So 0.3% is how fast the deaths multiplied in June. Now, this is when Western civilizations had a dramatic decrease in deaths because there's a vaccine, but now there's mutated strains coming along and it's spreading faster, and they're not sure how long the virus's vaccines are going to be good against these variants like Delta, etc. So now let's go back to the scientific calculator. Let's say we're at 4 million right now. Okay, so there's 4 million dead. And we know our death rate is 1.003%. And we're going to multiply that by 2,600 days. Okay, so you got to go X here for the exponent. I don't know why this exponent doesn't want. Oh, there it is, finally working. So 2,600 days. 9,600,000,000 people dead. So, people, the virus is killing 0.3% a day, and it's not slowing down. In fact, if anything, the new variants are making it go faster. So much of the third world will be dead soon because they don't have vaccines. So we're going to see massive deaths. And eventually the virus will mutate, and then the protected, first world nations, United States, Canada, China, Europe, etc., you'll be hit again. The only way to not be dead from this virus is through being in a remote area. Now, some people are experiencing now side effects from the vaccines. Some people experience side effects from having been exposed to the virus, and now, months, even a year later, people now are having all kinds of major problems with organ failures, hearts especially being taken out. So this isn't pretty, people. I warned about this for 25 years. I said 2020 was the judgment, when most of humanity would be killed unless you're in a safe zone. I'll be speaking in my next video about the building collapse in Miami. One of the last prophecies I did as Solog was in 2015. It's a video that's on YouTube. And I talk about a summer solstice vision. And in my vision on the summer solstice, I saw a tall building collapse. Perfect way to describe what we just saw in Miami, which is a city that was featured for 20 years in my prophecies. I really don't like Miami. I keep saying it's going to be destroyed by a hurricane, and then that's the final sign before nuclear terrorism hits D.C. and New York City and Rome. So everything's coming to pass as I've been warning and writing about. There's no escaping it. You will be dead soon. Within 7 years. Most of you who've heard this. It is what it is, people. Humanity is being judged. The numbers don't lie. Keep a track of this number here. So we got 3,900. Let's clear this out here. Okay, we got 3,900. Dead now, or sorry, 3.9 million. I don't know why I want to say 3,900. It's 3,900,000. It's dead. And we multiply that by our 1.003. And we go for an exponent of, well, it's actually 4 million now. We're at high 300. So let me try to get 4 million on here. Okay, so 4 million times 1.003 exponent of 30 days from now. Looking at almost 4.4 million dead. Beginning of August. Now, since we're at 3.98 and it's July 3rd, it'll be a little bit less than that. So it'll probably be about 4.3 million is dead. So this thing is growing exponentially. Humanity's being exterminated. So enjoy your final days. You're not going to outrun this virus unless you get into a safe zone and hide away from humanity. Exactly as I've been warning for 25 years. Go to my site, read my books. Theory, everything you know is wrong. Tesla was right. 33rd degree, biowar, holographic universes, we're inside a computer. Oh, Bitcoin does what I say when I say I make tweets, and then boom, does what I say. So, a lot of interesting reading for your final days, people. And again, go get 3,000 in free crypto at Fracti. And you can use it in the book store to buy my books. So, my books are featured in the store. You click on the store, and you'll see books by me, Mandela Effects, Creative Formula, My Encounter with the Gray Aliens, Nostradamus, and the Complete Prophecies of Solog. It sells for $100. but you can use $100 in Fracti. You can see my book on Bitcoin, see my book on domains, and you can buy $3,000 an NFT art token by me. And while people are still sleeping, not realizing they're going to be exterminated within 7 years, you can go out and, get this stuff. So let's see, 7 years has almost 2,800 days, and I'm showing you the numbers on 26. So 7 years, people. Now, if we have a dramatic slowdown in the death rate, then you'll last a little longer. Or it might speed up and you'll be dead quicker. The bottom line is no one's outrunning this virus. It stays in your system. It attacks your organs later on. It's a chemical weapon, and Fauci financed that lab. It's the U.S. government's fault. China's fault for allowing the U.S. government to put a weapons level virus plant in there, a level 4. The only one in China. Wuhan, where this thing started. So, blame your leaders. Hang them from a tree. It's time to revolt, people. Okay? Clean up all these world leaders and let them know they're liable for what's going on now. Swing them from trees. This is Dr. Saladoni. Have a great day.
To listen to more podcasts from Dr. Saladoni, you can visit saladoni.com or ipodcast.org.